Bubble, bubble, bubble. Oh, lay on hands. Ardent defender. Something. Do it. Lay on hands. Bubble. Oh, come on. Oh, no. What a shame. What a shame. So, guys, welcome to my new video. Today, we're going to be talking about the one, the only Kyrian protection paladin. And if you want to be a better guy than Uther and choose the way of the blue boys the right way, then stick around and let's get into it. As you can see, we have the one, the only, the next arbiter of the Shadowlands, Pelagos the boy. Well, that's just speculation anyway. Nonetheless, we're going to be choosing him for our soulbind. I found him to be extremely useful when it comes to what he offers us as protection paladins, right? So he gives us combat meditation that gives you, as you can see, 315 mastery, which is actually 9% increased mastery every minute for 10 seconds. And then, of course, you have these little orbs called sorrowful memories that extend the duration of combat meditation by 3 seconds for each orb, for a total of 19 seconds each. So pretty strong. And yeah, we're going to a finesse conduit as our first choice, just giving ourselves some longer duration on our divine steed with light barding, which is pretty nice. But the reason for this is because we get then File of Patience, right? This gives your File of Serenity an additional 35% health that you can retain from using your File of Serenity, but it now transforms your file. Instead of giving you an immediate health back like a Warlock Stone or a health potion, it gives that 55% of your maximum health back in a form of a dot, right? I mean a hot, not a dot, a hot. Over the course of 10 seconds, you'll regain 55% of your health back, which is incredibly strong. So I absolutely adore this when I know there's a lot of rot damage, just to help the healer out and just know that I am going to be getting health over the course of time, right? And then going into our first endurance conduit, you guessed it, that's the Resolute Defender. The number one endurance conduit for protection paladins. You want this in at all times. Just gives much more value to Ardent Defender while you're popping off Shield of the Righteousness. Incredibly strong. The next ability, Bond of Friendship or Cleansed Vestments, entirely up to you. I like the fact that I can just get a bit of mats every now and then. So I choose this one over Bond of Friendship. Not to say that I don't have many friends. Hey. Anyway, our first potency conduit will be a Ringing Clarity. This transforms your Divine Toll to be able to hit your primary target with an additional 3 Avenger shields. The higher the conduit level, the higher the chance, right? So pretty strong for when you're facing off a boss, or at least 1 to 2 targets, whatever the case may be, right? The next slot we're going to go down for the Endurance Divine Call. Just pairs up so nicely with Final Stand, and it transforms your Divine Shield, aka Bubble, into a 3-minute cooldown because of this conduit. So really nice, and I just absolutely love it. The next ability, as you all everyone knows, it's falling over my own words here, is Let Go of the Past. This ability gives you a 3% magic reduction throughout the course of the dungeon, and you can probably keep this up to 100% of the time, of course, granted that you stay in combat. So if you chain pull like a madman, you're going to have this up throughout the entire course of the dungeon. But either way, that's pretty strong. 3% is nothing to scoff at. The second potency conduit is going to be Vengeful Shock. As you know, Captain America ain't got nothing on us. We're going to be throwing shields left, right, and center, and probably also diagonal, and sometimes even just pulling a mob or two that we didn't even mean to pull. But either way, this just debuffs the target so that they take 5%, or in my case, 5.7% more holy damage for the next 5 seconds. So really, really strong, especially when you're bashing them out with Shield of the Righteous, with a legendary that we will get to in a moment. Right. The next ability is Better Together. As you know, dungeons needs friends to be done with, or even in just a pug environment, you still need other people. So the guy that is going to be closer, you will give them 40 mastery, and you will also get 40 mastery, which essentially turns into 1%, right, of mastery. That's 1% attack power, that's 1% block chance. So really, really strong just to have this up all the time. And then our last and final conduit slot will be the endurance one, where I prefer condensed atmosphere. I mean, at this eye level, every 10 seconds 5% of my maximum health is going to be given back to me. Incredibly strong. And you will see at the end of the dungeon run, it will be a significant amount of healing contributed towards the overall, right? And then last but not least, Newfound Resolve will spawn a little blob with blue beady eyes that when you face him, he'll give you 10% increased stamina and strength for 15 seconds, and you have about 15 seconds to see you, seeing him, seeing me. You know what I mean? You have 10 seconds to lock eyes to get the buff, and I found out that there hasn't been a range that I couldn't lock eyes with him and get the buff, right? So you don't have to be extremely close. You just have to be facing his direction to be able to get this buff, and it will work. So really, really good to pick up that when you can. Moving on to the talents. If you guys have checked out any of my previous videos, you'll see that, hey, we have the general talent build that I am a fan of. Blessed Ammo, just giving you more holy power, more chances to, of course, proc your um, Grand Crusade, which will reset your Avenger shield. So really good there. First Avenger, of course, 2 additional targets being hit by your shield and giving you an absorb shield. I want to point out that the absorb shield that you get is a maximum of 30% of your health, right? So 30% of your maximum health, that's how big the absorb shield will grow to, and no more. But you can keep it up to that if it's possible. You will keep it up to about 30% of your maximum health. So really, really good there. So get on those heavy desolate armor kits, and the little bit of stamina that you can get, especially from the little beady-eyed monster from Newfound Resolve. Get that stamina and your absorb shields will be a bit bigger. On the 30 row, again, choose whichever you are the most comfortable with, and what your group can make use of. And if you need that extra CC where you could just put something on the side and not have him move because you want to skip him or whatever the case may be, by all means, Repentance. You want a bit more stuns for those pesky mushrooms in Plague Fall, whatever have you, then first of Justice is your guy or girl. Blinding Light is pretty nice also, just to be able to interrupt cast to give your group a bit of extra breathing room, right? And then going down, of course, Unbreakable Spirit by default. Like, you never want to really change this at all. There's niche situations that you might take Blessing of Spell Warding, but 9 times out of 10, Unbreakable Spirit is the go-to, right? On the 40 row, Divine Purpose is a safe bet. It can net you quite a bit of free holy power, and it increases the damage and healing depending on the ability that you use it on. If you don't like the RNG nature of it and you want a bit more secondary stats, then you can give Seraphim a go. Of course, be warned that you will be spending 3 holy power just to activate this bad boy, but you do get 3 not 3, I apologize, 4 extra uh, uh, secondary stats that will be increased. So basically all your secondary stats, right? Your haste, your critical strike, your versatility, and your mastery by 8%, which will be incredibly strong for 15 seconds every 45 seconds at the cost of holy power. But just to be safe, run the divine purpose and you'll be good to go. Won't even have to worry about anything else. Consecrated ground again, 15% larger consecration. They are slower by 50%, incredibly powerful, and of course the bear boy, the final stand that just allows you to push bubble in oh shit moments or in a calculated moment when you know that you just want to stand your ground and have your group do more damage and kill off the thing, and so that you don't have to run through Narnia's closet, you know, because things are about to kill you or whatever the case may be. But either way, it should be good to go. I have gotten a request to show you guys a bit of what I would do in an opener, but we'll get to that in a second. I just want to talk about the 2 legendaries that I would recommend. Of course, in 9.2, we're able to use 2 legendaries. That is going to be your Covenant specific legendary and then an additional one. Divine Resonance is absolutely amazing. Nothing to scoff at. You get 3 additional Avenger shields for free after using Divine Toll. So that's 3 extra holy power that you will be able to get. And of course, then the Absorb shield from First Avenger. So really, really nice. If you do not have this or couldn't be bothered with crafting it just yet because for some reason vessels are through the roof, and you still have Bulwark of the Righteous Fury, by all means, this is a beautiful legendary, especially with the extra damage that you are getting from your Avenger shield, right? So I'll just I personally love this one. So I mean, getting into a group, I'll build to about 3 holy power, throw my primary target with Judgment into a Avenger shield, followed up by a Shield of the Righteous, Consecration. There's my beady-eyed guy. Throw down an Ardent Defender, Wings, into a Divine Toll, Shield of the Righteous, Avenger Shield, Shield of the Righteous again, to get that massive, massive amount of damage out, and of course 3 generation, right? And it is just going to be absolutely phenomenal, because now you can see that basically every 2 minutes I'll get a Wings and Divine Toll, and every second minute I'll get a Divine Toll. So 1 Divine Toll with Wings and 1 Divine Toll without Wings. So that's pretty strong. But yeah, I hope that was at least somewhat clear, and I hope you guys found this inspirational to pick up a Prot Pally. I know he's doing wonderful things. The survivabilities of the chart, the damages of the chart, and it's just a hell of a lot of fun just to see all these shields flying around and so on. But yeah, if you guys like this, by all means, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. If you do want to see future content from me, do subscribe and you will get notified as soon as new videos are out. At this current point in time, I am going to be uploading 1 video a week, and then we'll just try to get to 2 and 3, and as things start to pick up and I am a bit more fluent with the whole editing things. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the future and see you next week. Stay safe and have a blessed day further. Yes.